Hey, you all, and good morning. Carpetbagger here, coming to you live from the north. More specifically, we are in Lubec, Maine, and today is day number 2 of the Route 1 road trip, where we are traveling all the way from Fort Kent, Maine. We're at the very tip top of Maine, following Route 1 all the way down to the southernmost point in Key West, Florida. Now, I got a night's sleep here at the Wharf Inn in Lubec, Maine. It was about $100 for the hotel room, and I was very excited when I showed up because the room's actually overlooking the water. We are right here on the water, and I was excited to wake up in the morning because it was dark when we got in last night. So I was excited to wake up in the morning and see what our view looked like. And here it is. Looks like the tide is pretty low right now. I talked a little bit yesterday about the incredible high tides that they get in this area. You can see the water would go all the way to there. At some point today, it should be up to there. Right now, fairly low. And you look out on to the water there. So there's some boats out there. And I can't see it right now, but last night you could see the lighthouse over there on the Canadian side shining through. But yeah, what a view. What a view. The beautiful, beautiful Maine coastline. And as much as I'd love to just sit here all day, enjoying our view of the water, sitting in one of these chairs here, we've got a lot of US 1 to cover. So it's time to get back on that long, lonesome road. Came down here to actually check out the town of Lubec, Maine, and pretty quiet right now. Again, as a repeated theme on this channel, it is not tourist season, so things pretty quiet here on the main drag. I know this here is an art shop, so sometimes they have the art outside. Oh yeah, look at this. This is art that is created from garbage that washes up on the shore, and they turn the junk into art. Oh yeah, look at that. That guy up there. Yeah, it's a lot of. Oh yeah, you can see a little more there in the gallery. Some really fun and wild stuff. These are beach trash and sea junk puppets. Wish we could go in and take a better look. It looks like they're currently closed down. Down here, the water. Again, low tide right now. Water would go all the way up there at some point today. You can see this building, which is normally built over the water, is now on dry land. And out there, that is the Mulholland Lighthouse on the Canadian side. I can see that twinkling from my room. This here is the historic McCurdy Smokehouse Complex, the last operating commercial herring smokehouse in the USA. You can see the buildings there. It says not all of them are still here. That's the skinning shed, the sawdust shed, and the South Smokehouse there. So it says it closed in 1991, meaning I guess that there are no commercial herring smokehouses in the United States of America. And according to this sign, Lubec, Maine is the easternmost town in the USA. So on this trip, we have been to the northernmost point of the contiguous United States. Yesterday, we were at the northeastmost point at the biker park, and right now we are at the easternmost town in the United States. So we are checking a lot of those records off our list. And we've come out here to West Quoddy Point, where they have the West Quaddy Lighthouse. He's that beautiful old lighthouse overlooking the ocean here. And the lighthouse here overlooking the rocky shore. And as I look out onto the water here, it's very interesting. As I look out around, it appears that the water is going in different directions. Like, it's not all flowing the same way. I guess you've got all these canals and everything around this area. It looks like there's actually like streams of water traveling through the ocean here. I bet this is a pretty rough sea to sail. Yeah, you can see that's flowing that way, that's flowing that way. That is wild. And the West Quaddy Head Lighthouse has another very, very important distinction. It is at the easternmost point in the USA, the United States of America. This is the easternmost point. West Quaddy Head is the easternmost point. West. So yes, the easternmost point in the USA, some reason, by some logic, by some manifestation, has the word west in it. The easternmost point is West Quaddy Head Lighthouse. My brain melts at the thought of that. Where is East Quaddy Head? It's clearly not in the USA. That's for sure. So yeah, we could look out here and you can see, you're like, wait a minute, what's that? There's an island out there. That's part of Canada. So, but besides that, that's a Canadian island right there. But out there is the Atlantic Ocean. And we are standing at the easternmost point, jutting out into that great Atlantic Ocean. So you know what that means? That by virtue of standing right here, I am the easternmost person in the United States.
Me!
Oh, I guess Jen's the most.
I'm the easternmost.
No.
Oh!
No.
Oh, no.
I am the easternmost. I'm the easternmost.
I'm gonna jump in the ocean.
Yeah, I'm gonna climb
and
over.
I'm
gonna climb over this. I'm gonna
Oh,
climb
no!
over this fence. Oh no! I want to be easternmost.
No! What if we're both easternmost? Like, and we embrace.
Oh,
We're both
we're
easternmost.
we're the two easternmost people in the United States of America.
Aw.
Love you.
I love you too.
So we've been to the northernmost point. We've been to the easternmost point. I'm headed straight down to the southernmost point of the U.S. Makes me think, maybe I shouldn't end the road trip in Key West. Maybe I should carry on to the westernmost point in Washington State. Drove back here where we stayed last night. We stayed at that house right there on top of the hill. And down here they have a restaurant connected to the inn, to the hotel. So I figured we would grab some seafood. It's right here on the fishing wharf. So I figured it'd be pretty decent. Oh yeah, looking out here you can see where we stayed last night. So we could sit wherever we like. So let's head down here where there's a nice view of the water. So you got a beautiful view out the window. There's a lot of beautiful views around Lubeck. And it's time for a local delicacy. These are local sardines. You got crackers. You got the fish there. A little bit of mustard. I've eaten sardines out of a can before. I've never had them this way. I guess we'll kind of figure this out. I think you put maybe like a little bit of meat on the cracker, a little bit of mustard, and enjoy. You excited about this?
I am, actually.
All right, maybe it's a little sardine cracker there with the fish and mustard. Oh, I like that. Very tasty cracker with the mustard. And the fish. All right, give it a try, Jam.
Oh my god. Oh, it's good.
So these sardines were literally incredible. I've only had them in the can before, and I actually like them in the can, but these are just incredible. The fresh sardines there. Just a really delicious flavor to them. And our chowder has arrived. We got some clam chowder here. That's a little different flavor to it.
I was gonna ask you what you thought that was.
It's almost like, I don't know if there's like a little bit of lemon in there. Interesting. I like it, but yeah. I've never had clam chowder that kind of had that flavor to it. It's a little hard to describe. I don't know, it could be maybe like wine or something like that. And on to our main course, we got a lobster roll. So this looks like the more mayonnaise style lobster roll. I know there's two different kinds, primarily. There's the mayonnaise style and the butter style. Or sometimes they have a little bit of both. This looks like the firmly in the mayonnaise camp. It's on that classic New England hot dog bun there. It's been a while since I've had a lobster roll that's so good. So that was a Maine lunch right there. I got pretty full. Just had a little bit of the coleslaw. Everything else was devoured. And I know I keep bringing up the tides here, but this actually is part of the Bay of Fundy, which has the highest tides in the world. It's mostly in Canada, but actually does touch the U.S. right here. And they have tides as high as 52 feet in certain parts. And me and Jen were just watching out here while we were eating, and just looking like down here at the rocks. It almost, you could just see it. You could actually see it rise. It was like watching a sink or a tub fill up. It's pretty amazing. Pretty amazing. If we had more time to stick around, I'd sit and just watch the tide rise, because this is very, very fascinating. I've never seen an ecosystem like this. The street over here is called Horror Hill. I guess Stephen King wasn't kidding about Maine. Oh yeah, this is 5 Horror Hill Lane, the house on Horror Hill. Now, Maine is known for its blueberries, and here is Wild Blueberry Land. Unfortunately, it's closed. Can't get any blueberries today, because I guess it is not blueberry season. But you can see the shop here, Wild Blueberry Land, actually shaped like a giant blueberry. Getting a little bit of rain pouring down here on US 1. Of course, most I learned about Maine was from watching Stephen King movies. And out here we have a location from a Stephen King movie. This is the family home from Pet Sematary. Now, previously I had visited the cemetery, which is in Bangor. But I guess we're not too far from Bangor where we're at right now. But oh, we got a truck coming. There's something coming. Slow down, buddy. Slow down. There's... Oh, man. They are going pretty fast. Yeah, this is the house where there was always semis driving really fast in front that ended up causing the family pet and the family child to be killed. So that you know, this road is a lot lonelier and quieter than it may be portrayed in the movie. I think in the movie it was just like an endless stream of semis in front of the house. I do remember that the scene being very, very upsetting when the young child gets hit by a vehicle. And absolutely one of my biggest fears as a parent. And I might get run over myself here in front of the pet cemetery house. This truck whizzing on by. Yeah, the pet cemetery house.
Yeah.
Oh, you're good. Thank you, I appreciate it.
Sure you were all right, bro. Sorry about that.
Oh, no problem. Oh yeah, they saw us here on the side of the road. They thought we might be broke down, so they turned around. Very, very kind. And then he's like, "Oh yeah, you're just getting the Stephen King house, aren't you?" Yep. Wonder how.
You know that it's only the interior of that property that was used in the film?
Only the, you mean the exterior? Just the outside?
Just the inside.
Just the inside?
Like when in the movie, you know when she's like in the kitchen?
Yeah.
Starts hallucinating?
Yeah.
That's all the interior of that home.
Okay.
The exterior home is in West Point, Maine.
West Point, Maine. Okay.
Or Westbrook, Maine.
Westbrook. Okay. Well, thank you. I appreciate it.
You'll be able to find that info online.
All right. Thank you so much.
No problem, bro. Have a good day.
Appreciate it. So the guy that drove by said that only the interior was used in Pet Cemetery. But I looked it up, and I'm pretty much 100% positive that this is the exterior. I think he got it backwards. So I think it was the exteriors were filmed here. In fact, I'm sure of it because I just double checked. This is the exterior of the house at Pet Cemetery. Maybe the interiors were probably shot at another home. The guy that drove by was telling me that the exteriors were not used here. But if you look at clips from the movies, you can clearly see that this is the house. It's Ruth and Wimpy's restaurant here. Wimpy, of course, one of the characters from Popeye that ate cheeseburgers. Looks like it's a blueberries on the sign because we're in the blueberry quadrant of Maine. But look at this on the sign here. You see a giant lobster taking down a fishing boat. And it says they're also home of Wilbur the lobster. And I'm guessing this over here, this must be Wilbur the lobster amongst all these lobster traps here, these lobster cages. We have Wilbur. I guess he's the one that took down the ship. Oh yeah, that is a mighty lobster. You can see he's actually leaping up out of the water. Check out those claws.
It's Wilbur.
Yeah, all right, go ahead and get your picture with Wilbur. Don't trip over that crate. Here, act like he's killing you. Hey, do you think you could stick your head through the claw there?
I don't know why I'm doing it.
Let me go ahead.
No.
What's
No,
wrong?
Sure can't.
Just turn it sideways. Yeah, it's a little too small.
I tried.
You did try. I'll give you that.
I don't know why I tried, but I tried.
See, Jen, you're doing it wrong.
Oh.
You're trying to just jam your head through there. What you got to do is you
Oh my gosh.
got to get your neck.
Are you gonna get stuck in here and I'm...
Get your neck over here.
Oh my gosh.
Ah, I'm having my head pinched up by a lobster.
I mean, you really are. Are you stuck right? Oh my god.
There.
Hooray, we're free! I don't have to stand here and help you. I gotta get like, I would have to get butter for the lobster to get you out.
There's a knock on the door of the restaurant. Give me a little butter.
My boyfriend's stuck in Wilbur.
Stopped off here at the Tideway Market. Jen needed to run in and get a few things. Did you get what you needed, Jen?
I did. I got a puppet. His name is Wilbur in honor of Fiberglass Wilbur, and he's adorable.
What's it say on him? I love Maine.
I love Maine.
Why does he love Maine so much?
I live here.
You live here?
Mm-hmm.
In the water?
Mm-hmm. On your plate.
Do you like to be eaten?
Yes.
Here is a chainsaw art studio. And look at that mural there. The bald eagle carrying 2 chainsaws. It says Chainsaw Ray, first chainsaw artist. Although I think it is a little earlier, or a little early in the season for chainsaw art, because most of these are still stumps. I think later in the season we will see them be transformed into whimsical creatures. Oh, you can see that one. That one is the beginning of a chainsaw bear. And this is interesting. This sculpture is interesting. It's a hand holding a lobster. I almost feel like I've seen this somewhere before.
Oh my god. Hello, I'm Wilbur. I am.
Oh my gosh.
Lobster dance!
Here's YU Takeout. We already saw a giant fiberglass lobster. Here's a giant fiberglass crab on top of a bunch of crab traps there.
It's not a lobster!
No, it's a crab.
Crab!
You having fun, Jen? There's a stand here that sells lobster and ice cream. It's Carrier's Mainly Lobster. And we have another fiberglass lobster. I remember when we were up in Minnesota and Michigan, there was all these fiberglass fish everywhere. But now we have fiberglass lobsters. You can see all these buoys here.
Oh no. I thought they were ice cream cones.
Yeah, there's big ice cream cones there, and Jen thought these were supposed to be ice cream cones, but I think they're just buoys.
I still think they look like ice cream.
Colorful buoys. Maybe buoys just kind of look like ice cream cones.
Maybe.
You've got that lobster puppet on your hand?
I'm just walking around like this, like all like I was going for the picture, but I realized I really am just walking around with a lobster puppet on my hand.
Oh, Jen. Here in Bucksport, Maine, we're at the Buck Cemetery, where they have the Jonathan Buck Monument. Jonathan Buck, the founder of Bucksport. But here, the Buck Cemetery is said to carry a legendary curse. Now, it is fenced off to keep people from touching the gravestones. Also, likely to keep people from encountering the curse within. We come over here to the monument to Jonathan Buck, and here is what leads us to the curse. You can see there is the shape of what looks like a boot or a leg on the monument there. The monument to Jonathan Buck. It is said that is a curse put there by a witch. Now the legend is right here. They talk about the legend of the Buck Memorial, the story behind the monument there. Now the legend has it that Jonathan Buck, a judge sentenced a woman to death for practicing witchcraft. Said that he sentenced her to death by burning. And it is said that he watched her burn. They put her in a bonfire. She burned, and then one of her legs, charred legs, rolled out of the fire. And it says right here, the witch's deformed son grabbed the leg and ran off into the woods, and said that a curse would befall Jonathan Buck. And they erected this monument to Jonathan Buck over 60 years later. And the leg, the boot, the witch's impression appeared on the monument. It is said that they have tried to scrub the mark, the black mark, the curse from the monument, but it will not come off. It is said that they've replaced the stone on the monument, and the curse came back. The image of the witch's burned leg reappeared on the monument. Now, it does give some other information at the bottom, saying that you know, the legend may be fun, but there may be some holes in the story. And then it says here that Colonel Buck was a honorable, industrious man that may not have burned any witches in all his days, but whatever you believe, it is an interesting legend here in Bucksport. And this is fitting. Here at the bottom of the monument, 2 items have been left: a boot and a lighter. Very fitting, given that there is the image of a charred leg on the monument. Maybe someone tried to create another image of another charred foot on the monument here. There's this absolute massive bridge here. I just kind of was expecting a bridge this size just out here. Interesting.
It's gigantic.
Get to the other side of this. This is the Waldo Hancock Bridge, and it is part of US 1. Now, supposedly, down there is an observatory where you can go up inside to the top, very tippy top of the bridge. So I think we're going to drive down there and see if it's open. Okay, drove down here to the bottom of the bridge. Looks like you enter the observatory right there and go up to the top of the bridge. It's called the Penobscot Narrows Observatory. And I think they have the world's smallest tickets here. I bought this at the booth coming in, and I've already lost it 3 times.
I lost mine twice.
Without even making it to the observatory.
I'm now holding on to it like with dear life.
Yeah, that tower's pretty incredible. As we enter here, we can see the size of the observatory tower. There's the Washington Monument. The tower, Statue of Liberty, is way shorter. And then we got the Bunker Hill Monument in Boston, Massachusetts. All right. This is the elevator that's going to take us up. That at the ceiling is actually the bottom of the bridge.
Go.
Thank you.
Okay.
Number 2, go to the right and the door will open.
Okay,
All
sounds good.
right.
Thank you.
Number 2. There we go. So he said it takes 50 seconds to get to the top.
He also said to look straight forward when you get out, so you're not looking down into the ocean.
Down into the ocean.
Yeah, I think it like
Disorientates you?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
say straight.
Now I'm going to look straight down.
Oh no, I'm not.
He said this is the tallest observation tower open to the public
On a bridge.
on a bridge.
It's very specific layers and tiers. I love it when they do that. Like there's so many layers of it, but yes.
But still, that's got to be pretty high up, right?
Yeah. It also says the tallest structure in what, Maine, Vermont, New Hampshire?
Yeah. So in New England minus
Yes.
Massachusetts, I guess.
Yes. Oh, it's still going. Oh no, I'm getting scared. 50 seconds doesn't sound long, but
Oh, is it coming to the top?
I think so. It seems
So we like went up through the bridge, up the tower. Hello. Oh wow. Look at that. It's pretty amazing. Oh, I guess we head up these stairs. I was thinking that was already the view down there. We go all the way up these stairs. Yeah, look at that view. And if you look out there, that is Fort Knox. No, not that Fort Knox. That's Fort Knox, Maine. An old military fort there on the water. So this is the Penobscot River, but it actually connects to the ocean pretty close to where we are at here. Oh, apparently we can go a little bit higher. Oh, okay. Here's the tippy top observation floor up here. And from over to this side, we can actually look down on the rest of the bridge. Quite the view from up here. And just look how foggy Maine is. Does look like the setting of a Stephen King movie. And this bridge is not that old. I believe the gentleman said it was built in 2006. So less than 20 years old. Now, one thing I've been constantly complaining and whining about during this trip is that everything was closed. All the museums in the Upper Peninsula. A lot of stuff doesn't open till Memorial Day. We got really lucky here with this observation tower. It actually opened for the year yesterday. So we made it here just in time for the bridge opening. All right, headed back down. We're back at the bottom. I'm probably not picking this up very well on camera, and it's probably kind of hard to explain, but this river, like, there is part of the river, I'm looking down here, there's part of the river that is clearly flowing that way, but the majority of the river is clearly flowing that way. I guess I give very little knowledge of the current and water system.
I just picked up, look, now it's like, that's going this way. This is towards us.
This must have something to do
towards that middle thing.
This must have something to do with the tides that we've seen here, how powerful the tides are and how the water gets pushed around. But yeah, the way the water moves here is completely different and frankly somewhat confusing. And since we are here, I figure we will check out Fort Knox as well. Guess we'll start out here at the museum and gift shop. Okay, we got a little history lesson here on Fort Knox. It says it was built in 1844 as a way for the U.S. military to protect the waterways here. So I guess the waterways here are called the Narrows. And you can see it's just like just an insane system of waterways through all these different islands and rivers, and then they all empty out here into the ocean. This mannequin here, it says, "Please do not touch the mannequin. He had surgery in spring 2023 and he is still recovering." So a slow recovery process for this poor unfortunate mannequin. Some items here recovered from the fort: a musket, a sword, some drinking bottles. Now we make our way out to the fort. You can see the little city there on the other side of the water. And yeah, you can see the side of the fort built up here. I guess we walk around to the entrance. Yeah, down there, I guess, where they would have cannons to protect against anything coming from the river there. And just a reminder, it is not that Fort Knox. Again, that's where this is not where we keep all our nation's gold supply. So as you walk up here, we can see the turrets they can point guns out of. Wait, what's this here? 2B battery? Do we just walk down to this dungeon-like area here? What's down here? Yeah, this is just a touch spooky. Okay. I guess here's where they would fire their cannons. Oh yeah, we're down here in the cannon firing area. We can head outside here. Okay. Yeah, this is where the cannons would be mounted. Have a cannon over there pointed at the waterway. Yeah, this big cannon here, you can see it's on a swivel. On a swivel. Look out across the river. Oh boy, so we gotta make our way back up there. Oh man, there's a lot of stairs. So this was built right before the Civil War. There was no Civil War battles in Maine. And I don't think there's been any conflicts involving Maine, military conflicts involving Maine since the Civil War. So I don't think old Fort Knox here got a whole lot of use. But I do think the fact that it was built so late and the fact that it was never used, I think it makes it one of the most well-preserved forts of that era in the United States. And here we are. We've made it inside of Fort Knox. There is some items on display over here. Some old horse carts. And another big old cannon. Head over here into the officers' quarters. See where the officers hung out. Oh, there's mannequins in here. See a guy over there writing a letter. And there's a guy over here taking a nap. The only thing is, he has no face. He has no face. There's this spiral staircase here that will take us upward. And here we are on the tippy top of Fort Knox. See the courtyard there? Still got that American flag flying over the port. And earlier we saw Fort Knox from the bridge. Now we can see the bridge from Fort Knox. And you can just see, how well it is preserved. I don't think I've ever been in a historic fort that was in such great condition. But it's time to head back down. Oh, this is, I guess, the bakery. The bakery of the fort. You got the dough box, the kneading table, and the ovens here on the wall. The enlisted men's quarters, where they sleep in these bunk beds. And here's the powder magazine. Okay, so these are basically where they manufacture the exploding cannonballs. There's the gunpowder over there. This. We're just like heading into the mist.
This is cool.
Yeah,
Is this what Stephen King saw and wrote The Mist?
Maybe. Oh, there you can see the other side materialize. Stopped off here in Lincolnville, Maine. near the very soggy seashore. It's the Whale's Tooth Pub. Looks like it's closed for the evening, if not forever. Just look it out into the sea here. Look how foggy it is. Yeah, something really haunting about all this fog out on the water. If you look straight ahead, there is a boat peeking through the fog. It just seems like the fog, I don't know, seems like it would be dangerous to be out on the ocean when it's all foggy. And it's getting to be around dinner time. Got this car full of angry dogs right here. And I think we're going to check out McLaughlin's Lobster Shack. Yeah, I think it is time for round 2 of our Maine seafood adventure. We got our table here, sitting next to the misty sea. What's wrong?
It's the size of my head.
You wanted to get a whoopie pie before you left Maine?
Yeah.
Are we gonna eat that first?
That's what the lady at the counter was laughing at me about. She's like, "Oh, it's a dessert before dinner kind of day." I was like, "We'll probably do it later." But yeah, I haven't had one here, like at all, ever in Maine. So I wanted an authentic whoopie pie. Feel how heavy this is.
Oh yeah, it's like a brick. And me and Jen both got the shore dinner, which is a cup of fish chowder, a pound and a half of steamers, and a lobster, as well as fries, cornbread, and coleslaw. So our fish chowder has arrived. You tried it yet, Jen?
It's very, very hot. So.
Very hot. Let's give this a try. Ooh, look at that big piece of fish there. Yeah, I've had a lot of clam chowder, not as much fish chowder in my lifetime.
It always amazes me how you eat such hot things. In every video, I'm like, how is his mouth not on fire?
On it. It's a big hot piece of fish.
20 feet.
Very yummy there.
What kind of fish is it?
Like some sort of whitish fish. And look at this. Our steamers have shown up. Jen's got her bib on there, ready.
It's like a 4-course meal.
Yeah, bring everything out individually. Have you eaten these like this way before?
Are they clams?
Yes. But you gotta wash them off.
Oh, no, I don't think I've done
You gotta
that.
wash them off there. You gotta pull, you gotta see this right here, this black stuff, you gotta pull that off. Like that little protrusion there.
Okay.
So you pull that off,
Here,
you
I'll try.
wash it in the brine.
Do you wash it first? Or
Pull it off, pull it off. Just pull it off. You pulled it apart. Kind of like, yeah, slide that off there. You having some trouble?
That is difficult.
Oh, you think you got it?
Oh,
It's got-
just this?
Just the black, just the black thing there. No, you still got to pull more off of there. The whole thing. I was eating them once, and I was just swallowing that, and it wasn't as good with that on there. There you go. So you got it pulled off. Then you rinse it off.
This part you eat that?
Yeah,
Oh.
but you got to rinse it off first. You rinse it off.
Oh, I did do this with you once, I think.
And-
I didn't have to pull that part off, though.
You rinse that off, and then you dip it in the butter. You got to open your butter first before you can dip it, and then
Messy process.
plop it in your mouth.
Oh, it's already good. I haven't even chewed. Yes, very good.
Yeah, these are like my favorite type of clams here. I don't know technically what kind of clam they call them, steamers. Yeah, you gotta peel that off there.
Is it a long neck clam?
Maybe a long neck. Stick it in there, and then stick it in the brine. Wash. Put it in the butter. Butt, and then it's like heaven.
You're a professional. Oh, look, I did it in one shot that time.
Good job.
Hey, now I'm a professional.
So I finished all my steamers there, but look who showed up. The lobsters. Jen's trying to keep up there.
Yeah, I
Got
still
it.
have a lot left.
She got the 1.25 lobster. I got the 1.5 lobster. And look, he's already kind of Like they've already put like, you know, broke them up a little bit, make them easier to
I'm
eat.
very appreciative of that.
Let's crack into this lobster here. Oh, look at that. Look at that.
That is pretty lovely.
We're going to dunk that in some butter. Oh my goodness.
That's a meaty lobster.
Oh my gosh. I mean, lobster is one of my favorite things in the whole world. That's absolutely amazing. And then this one, like, a lot of times you get the lobster, it's been cracked a little bit already. You have to wrestle with it a lot. This is served perfectly.
It is incredible.
Cracked into that lobster?
Yes, I finally got to it.
Oh man, it is.
You had to help me finish my clams, which I'm sure you didn't mind, but it is so
It's a good lobster?
It may be the best lobster I've ever had.
It's really tasty.
10 out of 10.
Oh my god.
Really good.
Absolutely. Yeah, just look at that. It just popped it right open. So, oh my goodness, one of the meatiest lobsters I've ever had, and I love the way they prepared it here, where basically you did not have to really crack anything, you just pulled it open. It was so good, so delicious, so flavorful. Still enjoying your lobster there, Jen?
Definitely the best lobster I've ever had. Really impressive.
Guess now we got to try to eat some French fries. I don't know. I don't even know if I want these. Well, I guess we could dip the French fries in the butter. Oh my god! Yeah, just look at Shell Mountain there. I did want to try the whoopie pie. I've had whoopie pies before, but I don't think I've had one in Maine.
That looks like a full-size, like, whoopie pie. It's only a portion.
Rice kind of tastes like Oreo. The Oreo filling. Me and Jen just stopped here because we saw that it was open. We wanted some more seafood. But, man, that is quite possibly the greatest lobster dinner I've ever had in my life. A great New England dinner. So McLaughlin's Lobster Shack, highly recommended. Stopped off here in Rockport, Maine, at the Nativity Lutheran Church here, and they have a monument to a very important person here at the church, someone who was born here in Rockport, Maine. It says, in commemoration, this is the birthplace of Captain Hanson Gregory, and you'll see there, who first invented the hole in the donut in the year 1847. Yes, prior to 1847, donuts had a weird doughy ball in the middle. They didn't cook all the way through. So they would often on ships eat donuts. They would just take a ball of dough, fry it, call it a donut, but they had the weird doughy middle. So Captain Hanson Gregory, a man of ingenuity, decided, hey, let's just take the middle of the donut out to begin with. That way there won't be a gross, weird center to the donuts, and hence the hole in the donut was born. Next time you put your finger in a donut hole, thank Captain Hanson Gregory. Another interesting I saw on Roadside America, an interesting bit of trivia is that while he was born here, he was buried in Quincy, Massachusetts, and by some sort of weird cosmic coincidence, that was also the location of the first ever Dunkin' Donuts. Now the sun is set here on Maine, on US Route 1, but there's always time to pull over and say hello to another ridiculous lobster.
Why does he have teeth?
And look at this one on top of the building. I think you got some sort of kaiju lobster over here. You like that big lobster, Jen?
I do. I think it's Wilbur's Overlord or something.
Wilbur's Overlord?
It's very big. He likes.
Here in Yarmouth, Maine, and look through this office window and see Eartha, which holds the record as being the world's largest rotating globe. It's a Garmin, a mapping company. I think that's a Garmin. Yeah, they made used to make those Garmin GPS units that you'd put on your car. I've been using my phone for years. I don't know if they still make those, but nonetheless, they have this giant map here, this giant globe in the front of the office building. I guess this would be in the lobby of the office building. So yeah, it does hold the record for the world's largest rotating globe. The only problem is they have trouble keeping it rotating. Apparently, kind of rotates on and off. I guess the motor has burned out many times, and it looks like, yeah, it's not rotating. It looks like it is currently in a non-rotative state. But Jen, help me show how big this globe is.
Want me to go up there?
See, look at that. It's huge. Wave your hands in the air. There we go. That's a big globe. So it's stuck on this side. We can see Australia. So I guess if you want to see the U.S., you have to go inside the building. But yeah, look down there. You can actually see it. It's on its side, on its axis, like a real, desktop globe. I'm a little bummed that it's not rotating tonight, but it is still an impressive sight. And we have arrived in Portland, Maine at our accommodations for the evening. It just started raining quite a bit, so I'm glad we got in time. So yeah, this trip has been a lot of fun. This is the second day of the Route 1 road trip, and I'm really enjoying it. You know, sticking to these older roads, sticking to these original roads, it introduces you to things that you maybe normally wouldn't seek out. Like, you may not go out of your way to see something, but then it presents itself to you on the road. I saw a lot of things today that I didn't know existed until today started. I witnessed and learned a lot about the waterways of Maine, which apparently are really, really fascinating. How the water moves is completely different and strange compared to how it moves elsewhere in our country. So yeah, great seeing new stuff. Great being a part of the country that I've never really explored before. I've been to Maine, but I've not really been around like the top and coast of Maine before. You know, been here and there in Maine, but it was kind of a new experience, and again, saw a lot of cool new things that I wasn't even necessarily expecting to see today. So we're gonna keep trucking on, keep down US 1, keep traveling along US 1 until we reach Key West. I hope you guys will come along with me. I hope you guys enjoy these videos, and I hope you will be watching as I make my way down. Big thank you to those of you who are following along on a day-to-day basis, and a thank you to those of you who just watch every once in a while. And the rain is starting to come down harder and harder as I stand here. So thank you. If you'd like to, you can subscribe. Oh my gosh, the rain. All right, we're gonna just go ahead and put this one in the bag.